Hey guys, Boris Laszlo from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex Daily Technicals for 8/28/13. Yen crosses on the edge. As always, trading Forex on margin carries a high level of risk may not be suitable for all investors. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the risks associated with trading on margin. Seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, the yen was definitely a key story today because it broke a couple of very key levels and tested 97. It's really sort of coming into very critical support. This 97 is very big support. It's been there really since the start of the month. We start breaking this to the downside. It really pushes us closer towards the 96.50 and even 96. And then beyond that, this breaks all the lows, and then it would take us all the way down to the swing low here around 93. So 93.50, somewhere around there. So very negative construct in the yen. We're talking about the fact that the yen was just really basically getting weighed down continuously last night. The rejection of the off 99 gave us a clue that this may be more of a downside move. And today, of course, with risk aversion very much in the air, the yen is the central story very much as we start Japanese trade, as we start Asian session trade in basically in about an hour or so. Looking at the yen, though, what's interesting is that it's not just the yen, but it's the yen crosses themselves that are now really coming into some key support levels. So obviously Aussie yen at 86, and then Kiwi yen. I'll just punch this up for you guys. Oh, sorry. Kiwi yen coming into 75 support. Both of those are very, very key levels. As you can see, we're certainly on our way towards testing them. Euro yen not quite there because euro is holding tight to the upside. But let me just hang on. Let me just show you euro yen. Euro yen is certainly lower, and oh, sorry, this is euro Swiss. Here's euro yen. Euro yen, as I said, not as at a critical point. 130 is obviously key support here, and a break of 130 is relatively important. But I think the bigger break here is going to be this break over here of the 128s. If we get all the way down here, it really opens a path all the way out to 125s on a downside. Euro yen definitely put in a very big distribution top here, and now is just following the yen to the downside. All of this is driven primarily by yen, but of course on the calm dollar side, on the Aussie Kiwi side, it's also being exacerbated by the weakness in the Aussie and the Kiwi. So let's take a look at the Aussie just for a second, because Aussie broke down today too. It continued to basically test the lows. The lows today were around 89.50. We bounced back up, so we did hold the 89.50 level. There may be a little bit of a upside bounce here if Aussie gets a chance for a bit tone in Asia session. But overall, it was weaker than the rest of the pairs, and calm dollars definitely suffered. Kiwi also was not at its best. I think Kiwi is in the drop-down menu. I think I can pick it up here. Yeah, here's Kiwi. Kiwi also bounced, but much weaker bounce than even Aussie. Still remains around the 77. Kiwi crashes through 77. That's a very negative fall for the Kiwi. So for Aussie, obviously, 88.50 is the central support point. For Kiwi is the 77s. You get this combination of Kiwi and Aussie going to the downside and dollar yen breaking down below 77. You basically have all hell break loose in the risk off trades, and that's really what the market is kind of watching now. Of course, it's all being driven by the concern over Syria, the escalation of activities, and if we get into a situation where it becomes a military solution with potential quagmire and lots of recommendation and sort of a collapse in global confidence, that all of these trades could just begin to catapult and snowball into a much deeper sell-off. So definitely worth watching. Right now, the market is coming to these key levels. It's testing to see if the scenario plays out. If the scenario does play out, it looks like all these key levels start to get crunched to the downside. The euro, on the other hand, kind of holding well. And let me just show you what's cool about the euros. This is actually a very impressive hammer here. Look at this. Tested at the lows, closing near the highs. Still 34 caps, and 34 is still a very critical level. Beyond 34, the next critical level is 34.50. Both of these have to be cleared in order for us to get full upside motion. But for the time being, this is still a very, very, very positive construct in the sense that the lows were bought and we closed to the highs. Let's see if we get any kind of continuity. The first level of continuity, of course, has to be right below the 34.50, and the next test is going to be above the 34.50. So that's the story for the euro. For cable, situation is a little bit slower, but we did bounce off the 55 level, which was a key support we talked about yesterday. And now 56 to the upside is the next resistance, and of course the 57 is the big, big test to the upside, which was the double top that we just set about a week ago. To the rest of the stuff, basically, let me just see if there's anything else here. We covered pretty much everything. The only other thing I kind of wanted to show you was dollar CAD. Dollar CAD definitely sort of topped out right before the 106. We did a sort of a lower double top at 105, and that's trading a little bit better. So CAD showing a little bit of a firmer bid tone than it was before, and it may actually reflect itself if you get the weakness in. Let me see. Here's the. If you get the weakness in OddCAD, let's see if we can get this up. Here's the OddCAD. The OddCAD is starting to come back down again. So we topped out at 95. 92 was the big base. We topped out at 95, and again here, the 94 break invites us for a double test at 92s. So that's sort of like the final point I wanted to make. The converse of that, by the way, the other odd weakness story we have. So we have yen strength, we have odd weakness, and the other odd weakness story that's definitely worth keeping an eye on is, if I can pull this up. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do this manually again. Sorry for all this manual work today, but it's worthwhile taking a look at the crosses. So here's the odd euro odd, and this is the key level here is 150. We take out 150s, that there's nothing there to stop us. So very much worth watching that as the night develops. So anyways, that's how the level's set up for the day. This is Boris Schlossberg for BK Forex. Wishing you guys the best of luck, the best of trading. Over and out.